With this mind and reason, the divine cannot be found. What a wound is this, for which no balm can be found. For the pain of all others, a remedy can be found, yet for my pain, no cure can be found. In the market of love, souls are sold. I offer my soul, but none will buy. I wander in oceans, yet remain thirsty. No sea can quench me. I have lost my Joseph in the land of Canaan. Joseph may be found, but not Canaan. They announce that Yunus has died. But what has died is but an animal, for lovers never die. Yunus Emre. The awakening of the soul often begins not with clarity, but with confusion, not with answers, but with wounds. And Yunus begins here, pointing to the wound for which no balm can be found. Pause with me for a moment. Let this wound open inside you. Have you not also carried a pain that no remedy seemed to touch, a hunger that no bread or water could satisfy? This is where the journey of love begins, not in comfort, but in the aching absence. The mind seeks solutions, but the heart longs for union. And Yunus whispers to us, with this mind and reason, the divine cannot be found. How many times have you tried to think your way to peace, to reason your way into love, to analyze your way into God? Yet the divine laughs gently at such attempts. For the beloved is not found in the maps of the intellect, but in the surrender of the soul. Rumi said, "Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment." Why? Because bewilderment, not calculation, opens the door of intimacy with the eternal. You may say, but I must understand. I must make sense of this world. And indeed, understanding has its place. But the kind of knowing that takes you to the divine is not of the head, but of the heart. It is a knowing that feels like unknowing. It is a seeing that feels like blindness. It is a thirst that is never quenched by the waters of this world, but only by the ocean that lies beyond them all. This wound that Yunus speaks of, have you felt it? The wound that never leaves, that no medicine touches, that no distraction silences? Some call it longing. Some call it emptiness. Some call it love. And the Sufi knows that this wound is not a curse. It is the hidden gift. For the wound carves a space within you where the beloved can dwell. Rumi says, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Yunus sings the same truth. He is not ashamed of the wound. He declares it openly. He embraces it as the very path. What if your deepest ache is not a mistake, not a flaw, but the secret invitation of God to draw closer? What if the emptiness inside you is not to be filled by the world, but to be honored as the very space where love itself desires to appear? The marketplace of love is a strange place. In the market of love, souls are sold. I offer my soul, but none will buy. What a paradox. We spend our lives trying to sell ourselves, to jobs, to relationships, to reputations. We want someone to see our worth, to validate us, to purchase us with their affection or approval. Yet in the market of love, no one buys. Because here, the value of the soul is too great to be purchased by any but the beloved. Do not be surprised if no human hand takes your offering. Do not despair if no earthly lover can carry the weight of your soul. It was never theirs to carry. It belongs only to God. And here lies the wisdom. When no one buys your soul, it does not mean you are worthless. It means your worth is beyond price. Think of Joseph himself, sold into slavery by his brothers. They set a price for him, but his true value could never be measured. He was destined not for the marketplace, but for the palace. So too with you. Your value cannot be measured by the market of this world. Only the beloved knows your true worth. Yunus says, I wander in oceans, yet remain thirsty. Have you not tasted this thirst? You drink from every cup, yet remain unsatisfied. You achieve, you acquire, you love, you lose, and still the thirst burns. The world offers many oceans, oceans of wealth, oceans of recognition, oceans of pleasure, but none can quench the thirst of the Spirit. For the water you seek is not of this world. It is the water of life, the hidden spring that flows only from the source. And the source is closer to you than your jugular vein. There is an old Sufi tale of a man who dreamed of a fountain that would quench his thirst forever. He searched the deserts, the mountains, the valleys, asking every traveler if they had seen such a fountain. Some mocked him, some pitied him, and some pointed him to distant lands. He grew weary and collapsed in despair. As his tears fell upon the ground, the earth beneath him opened, and a hidden spring flowed out. The fountain had always been inside him. His tears, his longing, had uncovered it. So it is with you. You wander in oceans, but the ocean you seek is already within you. Your thirst itself is the key. Yusuf, the lost one, is another secret in Yunus's verse. I have lost my Yusuf in the land of Canaan. Yusuf, in the Sufi tradition, is the symbol of beauty, of divine presence, of the beloved face. To lose Yusuf is to lose sight of beauty in the world, to feel abandoned by the vision of God. Have you felt this exile when beauty seemed hidden from you, when meaning slipped through your fingers? Yunus cries, Yusuf may be found, but not Canaan. The place of the encounter, the land of belonging, has vanished. What does this mean? It means that sometimes you may glimpse beauty, yet not find the home of it. You may taste love, yet not find where it rests. This is the agony of longing, the taste without the feast, the glimpse without the union. Yet even this agony is holy. It keeps the seeker moving. It keeps the heart alive. Here, Yunus echoes the story of Jacob, who wept for years for his lost Yusuf. His sons told him to forget, to move on. But Jacob said, I know from God what you do not know. His grief was not despair, it was love refusing to let go. And because he held to that longing, Yusuf returned more radiant than before. So too with you. Your longing is not wasted. Your ache is not in vain. It is the thread that binds you to the unseen beauty. And then the final cry of Yunus. They announce that Yunus has died, but what is died is but an animal, for lovers never die. Do you see the secret here? The body dies, but love does not. The name fades, but the soul burns brighter. Death is not the end for the lover. It is only the shedding of the shell, the falling away of the husk. What remains is the flame of love, eternal and untouchable. This is why the Sufi does not fear death. For to die before dying is the very essence of the path. Let me tell you a story. Once, a disciple came to his master and asked, Master, what is death for the lover of God? The master smiled and said, It is like a candle being blown out by the morning sun. The candle fears the wind, but it does not know the sun is coming. When the sun rises, the candle is no longer needed, for its light has been swallowed in a greater light. This is what Yunus means. Death is not an ending. It is a beginning. Now, let us pause. Let us speak directly, you and I. Because this is not just Yunus's wound. It is your wound. It is my wound. It is the wound of every soul that awakens to love. You know this thirst. You know this exile. You know this unquenchable ache. And I tell you, do not run from it. Do not numb it. Do not silence it. Let it speak to you. Let it teach you.
For this wound is not your enemy. It is your guide. Look at your own life. How many times have you chased after remedies, new possessions, new relationships, new distractions, hoping they would heal the ache? And how many times have you discovered that they do not? This is Yunus's truth. For the pain of all others, a remedy can be found. Yet from my pain, no cure can be found. You cannot cure divine longing with worldly medicine. You cannot silence eternity with temporary pleasures. And yet the ache itself is the medicine. The longing itself is the cure. Because when every door closes, you are forced to turn inward to the only door that was ever real, the door of the heart, where the beloved waits. Modern life mirrors Yunus's cry. We live surrounded by oceans of information, oceans of entertainment, oceans of consumption. We drink and drink, but we are thirsty still. We try to sell our souls in the marketplace of ambition, but no buyer is worthy. We seek remedies for our loneliness, yet remain alone. Does this not reveal to you that the cure cannot come from outside? That the balm is not of this world? The Sufi says, turn the wound inward. Let it open you to love. Pause again. Breathe. Feel the silence beneath your ache. The wound is not emptiness, it is fullness waiting to be born. The thirst is not punishment, it is the whisper of a hidden fountain. The exile is not forever, it is the path that teaches you to value home when you find it. The death you fear is not annihilation, it is awakening into a greater life. The wound of longing, once awakened, refuses to sleep again. It is like a flame hidden in the chest. It may be small, but it consumes everything it touches. You can cover it, you can deny it, you can drown it in distractions, but it will not disappear. And though it may burn painfully, Yunus teaches us that this fire is holy. The fire that hurts you is the very fire that purifies you. Without this burning, you would never begin the search. Without this ache, you would settle for less. Think of the countless people who live their whole lives asleep, never feeling the wound. They have comforts, possessions, and reputations, but something essential never stirs. To feel this wound is already a sign of grace. It means the veil is thinning. It means your heart is alive. And once the wound opens, you cannot go back to sleep. That is why Yunus sings his ache so boldly. He is not ashamed to confess no cure can be found for this pain. For this pain is his teacher, his companion, his path to the beloved. Rumi once wrote, "Don't get lost in your pain. Know that one day your pain will become your cure." Can you hear the echo of Yunus here? Both voices, centuries apart, sing the same truth. Pain is not to be escaped, it is to be transformed. Longing is not to be suppressed, it is to be embraced. The lover knows that what feels like emptiness is actually the sign of fullness approaching. Let me ask you now, what is your wound? Where in your life do you feel the ache that no balm can soothe? Do not rush to hide it. Do not rush to explain it. Just sit with it. Listen. That ache is the door through which the beloved knocks. That thirst is the compass pointing you home. Modern life teaches you to silence the wound. Advertisements whisper, "Buy this and you will feel complete. Travel here and you will find happiness. Achieve this and the ache will end." But you know the truth, don't you? You have bought, you have traveled, you have achieved, and still the thirst remains. This is because the wound is not meant to be closed. It is meant to lead you beyond this world, into the arms of the eternal. There is a story of a dervish who wandered from town to town with a broken heart. He wept constantly, and people would ask him, "Why do you cry so much?" He answered, "Because the beloved is absent." They pitied him, some mocked him, but he did not stop crying. One night he saw the prophet in a dream who said, "Your tears are not wasted. They are pearls strung together for the necklace of your soul." When he awoke, his weeping did not stop, but now he knew it was not weakness, it was worship. So too, your longing is worship. Your tears are prayers. Your ache is remembrance. Never despise it. Let it soften you. Let it open you. Let it purify you. In the market of love, souls are sold. I offer my soul, but none will buy. This line pierces deep. You may have felt it. Offering yourself fully to another, and they do not see your worth. Giving your heart and it not being received. In worldly love, rejection stings. But in divine love, rejection is redirection. When no one buys your soul, it is because your soul cannot be sold. It is not a commodity. It belongs only to the one who breathed it into you. Think of the prophet Joseph again. He was thrown into a well, sold cheaply in the market. To men, he was just a slave, but in the eyes of God, he was a prophet, radiant with beauty. People may fail to see your worth. Do not be disheartened. Your value is not measured by their eyes. The beloved sees you. The beloved knows you. The beloved is the only true buyer of souls. And when you feel unseen, when your offering is rejected, remember, your worth does not decrease. Instead, your offering rises higher, beyond the hands of men, to the throne of the beloved. That is why Yunus could say, "I offer my soul, but none will buy." It was not despair, it was recognition. He realized that only God can hold the soul. Now, let us enter the ocean. I wander in oceans, yet remain thirsty. What a paradox! To be surrounded by water, yet still thirsty. This is the human condition. We are surrounded by pleasures, comforts, knowledge, yet we are thirsty still. The oceans of the world cannot quench the thirst of the soul, for the soul drinks only from one ocean, the ocean of the divine. Have you ever drunk deeply from success, only to feel empty the next day? Have you ever tasted pleasure, for the sweetness to fade into bitterness? This is Yunus's cry. You wander in oceans, but thirst remains. Do not despair at this. It is a mercy. For if the oceans of this world satisfied you, you would never seek the hidden ocean. You would stop short of eternity. Your thirst protects you. It keeps you moving. It keeps you searching. The Quran tells of a hidden fountain, the fountain of Kauthar, a river in paradise. The prophet was promised this fountain, a river of pure abundance. The Sufis say, Kauthar is not only in the next life, it flows even now, unseen. But only the thirsty find it. If you are not thirsty, you will never drink. Your thirst is your invitation. Cherish it. I have lost my Joseph in the land of Canaan. How many times have you felt this? You caught a glimpse of beauty, an encounter, a moment, a memory that seemed to reveal the face of the beloved. And then it was gone. The moment passed. The beauty faded. The beloved left. You tasted Joseph, but you lost Canaan. You found the vision, but not the home. This is the bittersweet nature of longing. The glimpses keep you alive, but they do not fully satisfy. And so the lover wanders, hungry, thirsty, searching. Yet even in this there is hidden wisdom. For if you found Canaan too soon, you might settle. If you possess Joseph forever, you might stop yearning. But the ache keeps you awake. The absence keeps you moving. The exile keeps you alive. Do not despise the exile. Embrace it as the path. Jacob wept for Joseph, but his tears watered the tree of reunion. Your tears, too, are watering something unseen. Every sigh, every ache, every whispered prayer is a seed planted in the soil of eternity. One day it will bloom. They announce that Yunus has died, but what has died is but an animal, for lovers never die. What a triumph these words carry. Death comes for all, but not for the lover, because love is eternal. Love does not belong to time, to flesh, to decay. Love is the soul's essence, and the soul is not bound by the grave. This is why the Sufis speak of dying before death. To die before death is to let go of the ego, the false self, the animal within, while you are still alive. Then, when physical death comes, it is no longer a terror. It is simply the final shedding of what has already been surrendered. The lover has already died 1,000 times in longing. Physical death is only one more doorway, and beyond the doorway lies reunion. Think of a candle burning. As long as the wax lasts, it gives light. But when the wax is gone, does the light disappear? No. It merges with the greater light, the unseen fire that fills the universe. So too, when the lover dies, the small light merges with the infinite. This is why Yunus can say, "Lovers never die." So I say to you now, do not fear your wound, do not fear your thirst, do not fear your exile, and do not fear death. All these are teachers guiding you back to the One. The wound opens you, the thirst drives you, the exile awakens you, and death frees you. Look at your own life with these eyes. Where you once saw failure, see now an opening. Where you once saw loss, see now an invitation. Where you once saw death, see now a doorway. Everything the world calls negative, the Sufi transforms into the path of love. This is the alchemy of the heart. So, my friend, let me ask you, are you ready to see your wound as sacred? Are you ready to cherish your thirst? Are you ready to embrace your exile as a path, not a punishment? If you are, then you are already walking with Yunus, already walking with Rumi, already walking with every lover who ever sang their longing into the night. Pause once more. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the ache there. Whisper to yourself, "This is not my enemy. This is my guide." Say it again until it sinks deep. Your wound is holy. Your thirst is holy. Your longing is holy. And if tonight, when you lay down to rest, you feel the emptiness again, do not despair. Smile gently, for the emptiness is the beloved knocking. Whisper back, I hear you. I am here. If you too have felt this wound, if you too have wandered thirsty in the oceans of life, I invite you now, share it with us. Write in the comments, I am reborn in the emptiness. Let us know you are walking this path, that you are not alone, because you are not. And if these words touch your heart, if this journey speaks to you, do not walk away silently. Stay with us, subscribe to this channel, because this path is not meant to be walked alone. Here we walk together. Here we remember together. Here we ache and we rejoice together. For you, for me, for Yunus, for Rumi, for every soul who has ever thirsted for the beloved, the path continues. And one day, thirst will be quenched, the wound will be healed, Joseph will be found, and lovers will know they never die. Until that day, walk gently with your wound, drink deeply of your thirst, and trust the silence within. The beloved is closer than you think.